Today I wanted to share my story of how I learned to meditate. So the story starts back in 2021. In early 2021, I was dealing with very chronic digestive issues, and I was taking a course trying to learn how to fix my digestive issues that I had. And I remember I had a particularly challenging day where I was just feeling so unwell. And I remember going upstairs and sitting on my bed and just having a complete moment of breakdown, just feeling really upset because I felt so sick and I was so tired of feeling sick, and I was also dealing with anxiety. I had suffered from anxiety for years and years prior to taking this course to fix my gut health. And I just had this broke down moment where I just felt like my body was failing me. I felt like my mind was failing me. I just had so much stress and anxiety, and I felt so overwhelmed. And I remember just saying, give me a sign. Like, what can I do? What can I do to fix this? I don't know how to fix this. I don't want to feel anxious anymore. I just want to feel better. And once I said that out loud, I had a voice in my head send me a message, an intuitive message that just said, learn meditation. And before that message came through to me, I had never really thought of meditation before. I don't even know if I really understood what it was. I had never done it before. I didn't know anyone else who meditated. I just got that message in my head, and I remember feeling kind of confused at first, like, why did my mind just tell me to learn how to meditate? But really, I asked it for a sign, and that was the sign that came through, is to learn meditation. So shortly after that message came through, I decided to get out my phone and I pulled up YouTube and I just searched meditation. I just wanted to see what was going to come up. And I clicked on the first video that was there. It was a meditation video that was about gratitude and practicing gratitude for all the good things in your life. And I remember just playing the video. I was curious. I just wanted to see what meditation was and hear what it was like. And I turned on the video, and I didn't meditate to it, but I just watched it and I listened to it and I just was observing it. And I remember once the video ended, I thought, that felt kind of nice. Like, the music was very soothing, the words were very soothing, and maybe there's something to this whole meditation thing. Fast forward a few months later, I am still in this course learning how to heal my gut health, and I had started to be introduced to the idea of mindset work and personal development as well. It was actually through this course because they talked about the mind-body connection, and I started getting curious about that. So I had sort of got my toes dipped into mindset work and personal development at this time, but I still hadn't followed through on learning how to meditate. So this is a couple months later. I am scrolling through Facebook and an ad pops up for a free webinar about meditation. And I was intrigued by that. I thought, you know what? I never learned to meditate. After I got that message that I should learn how to meditate, I kind of ignored it because I had so much going on in my life with trying to fix my gut health. I just kind of forgot about it. So I signed up for this webinar, and during the webinar, they actually had a practice where it was like a mini meditation practice. And I remember doing it and watching this webinar, going through this meditation practice and feeling so calm afterward. And at this point, I was still somebody who was dealing with constant anxiety and stress on a daily basis. So watching this webinar and feeling the effects of just this short few minute exercise, I thought, wow, I feel so much calmer now. Like, maybe I do need to learn how to meditate. Maybe this is something I need to do. And this webinar that I came across was hosted by Rochelle Fox and Soul, and they are the owners of a brand called Mindspo, and they teach people to meditate. They have an app now. They are wonderful people. At that time, they were selling this course, and this is why they had this free webinar about it. So as I said, I went through the webinar. I did this little mini meditation practice during the webinar, and I felt so calm afterwards. And I thought, okay, I need to do this. Like, I need to actually learn how to meditate. So I purchased the Mindspo course to learn how to meditate. And when it came to my first day of meditating, I sat down, I turned on the video, and I tried to meditate, and it was pretty crazy. It was kind of a hot mess because I wanted to meditate, I really did, but my body had been in such a state of dysregulation. My nervous system was so shot after having chronic anxiety and stress every day for years of my life. So when I finally sat down to try to meditate, it was not easy. It was really hard. I had my eyes closed and I was trying to focus on doing the meditation, and all I could hear were these inner thoughts screaming in my head. My mind was yelling at me like, stop, don't do this. This is dangerous. This isn't good for you. Like, it was telling me anything that it possibly could to try to get me to stop. And my body was also revolting against trying to do meditation too. I remember I just couldn't sit still. I kept fidgeting, I kept moving around, plus my mind was yelling at me to stop and that this is dangerous. And I had all of this resistance showing up, trying to get me to stop meditating. And I remember making a conscious decision in that moment to say, no, like, I'm going to do this. I need something that is going to help me not feel all this stress and anxiety every day. And if this is the key, if this is the tool that I need, I am going to sit down and do this. So in that moment, from the little knowledge that I gained about mindset work and personal development, I told my body and I told my mind, no, I am doing this. I'm going to choose what I do. I'm going to choose how I feel. I'm going to do this. And I did. And after I made that decision and told my body that I'm going to sit here and I'm going to do this practice and I'm going to show up every day doing it for myself, that's when it got a lot easier. After the first couple days of my body really resisting it and not wanting to do it and trying to get me to stop, it eventually stopped fighting. It eventually realized that what I was doing was actually really good for me, really beneficial for me, and was actually making me feel better. It was making me feel less anxious. It was making me feel less stressed. And therefore, my body started learning how to trust this practice that I was learning, this practice that I was going through, and knowing that it was going to help me. So I completed that meditation course. It involved sitting down and meditating every day for 66 days straight, and I did it. And I never went back. Once I learned how to meditate and I realized just how much it positively changed my life, I never wanted to stop. And here I am. That was back in early 2021. Now it's 2026. And I still meditate every single day because it is so beneficial for me. It is such a big pillar of my wellness and mindset practice. And it's something that keeps me grounded. It's something that has made me so intuitive, in tune with my body, in tune with the universe and getting messages from the universe. It has calmed any sort of stress that I feel from time to time. I actually already healed from anxiety, and meditation was part of that process. Like, meditation was one of the tools that helped me heal my anxiety that I used to have years ago. And it is just one of the most amazing things. It is such a beneficial practice, and I live by it to this day. I can't imagine my life without meditation because it has completely changed my life for the better. And that's why I'll never stop doing it. If you have ever been interested in meditation, if you have ever tried meditation and didn't give it a full try and gave up and thought that maybe it didn't work for you, this is your sign to revisit it. If you have any sort of negative thoughts or a busy mind, or you deal with stress or anxiety, meditation can be so helpful for you, and I really encourage you to give it a chance. It's not something that can change your life after doing it once. It really has to be something that you cultivate a practice doing. Like any new thing that you try in your life, any new change you're trying to make in your life, you have to put in the time and the consistency to make it work, to reap the rewards, to see the benefits. So if that's something you're interested in, I actually have a course for you. I created a little course called Meditation for Beginners. And in this course, I teach you this type of meditation that I was introduced to when I first started meditating. This type of meditation is so effective for beginners. It's a great place to start if you're new to meditation or if it's never worked for you in the past. This can help you. So I have put the information in the description of this video, and I really hope that you will check it out, because I would love to see a world of more people who meditate, more people who understand the power of meditation and how much it can transform their life for the better. And it all starts with making that choice to give it a chance, making that decision to invest in your own personal growth, in your own mindset development, and in your own wellness. I hope you enjoyed my story of how I learned to meditate. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.